welcome back. SG93 Nation, welcome in all of my new subscribers that are going to be hitting that subscribe button. We're back at 1,039 subscribers. Hopefully we can gain subscribers by doing this and doing a couple of other things on the 2022 next gen cards with that roster. But for right now, we're going to do this. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, without further ado, let me introduce you to the current NASCAR drivers that I am going to be working with on Heat 5, NASCAR Heat 5. Now, I'm going to say this once again, since I don't own a PlayStation 5, I don't have the new NASCAR game yet. We are going to work with current NASCAR drivers that are not on NASCAR Heat 5 on and we're going to flip it to NASCAR Heat 5. Now, I'm going to show you schedule. I'm going to bring things up for a few minutes, and then we're going to go from there. First driver we're going to try is none other than the road course master himself, currently on the NASCAR side of the roster today in the Cup Series, Shane Van Gisbergen, otherwise known as SVG, who races for Trackhouse Racing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is what his car looks like. You see it in the background there. We can't put 88 because Alex Bowman was in the 88 car on this game, in this roster. So he's going to run with 97, and that's going to be the goal there. Now, he's going to be the only Cup Series driver we're going to work with. As for truck drivers in the Truck Series now, going into this, we're going to run with Cousin Host of R. We're going to run with Lane Riggs, and we're going to run with Dawson Sutton in the Truck Series. And I'm going to try to create their look on here as close as I can get them. I'm also going to try to create their cars or their trucks as close as I can get them. As for the O'Reilly Series, which is now the O'Reilly Series, which I'm still going to call it the Xfinity Series. There's days I still call it the Busch Series. But the O'Reilly Series for the drivers, we're going to run with part-time driver Connor Zilic. We're going to run with Jesse Love. We're going to run with Sam Smith. We're going to run with Corey Day. Now, if this goes well, which I hope it does, we're gonna try to continue this on other games and try to put these drivers on other games. So like if we move this to like SRX, we'll try to put maybe like Shane Van Gisbergen in the SRX series. We'll either try to put him there, we'll try to put him somewhere else, see how it goes. Now, for the rest of the way, ladies and gentlemen, I hope everybody enjoys this. I know it's going to be really weird, but I'm going to try this attempt. Now, the attempt is going to go like this. The difficulty is up to 100. I don't really want to push it any higher than that because I really don't want to get that competitive because this is just for fun. So I hope everybody enjoys this. This should be a little bit fun. This should be entertaining. But this is what the schedule looks like. We have it very, very close until race 3. And we all know what race 3 is in the Cup Series. They go to Circuits of the Americas. Well, Circuits of the Americas is not on here. I'm not going to skip over it. So we're just going to go to the Canadian Tire. And that's going to be the first road course, which should be really entertaining. And then everything else is lined up until we get to race 13. Now, race 13, I want to say is Nashville, if I'm correct. And since Nashville is not part of the game, we're just going to go to Dover, and we're just going to run this race as race 13. Race 14, we're going to go to the Coke 600. Everything else is all right until we get to the San Diego road course, on the base in San Diego. We're going to go to Mid-Ohio for that race. Everything else is up to date until we get to race 21. And that race is North Wilkesboro, so we're going to replace it with Kentucky. That's a night race. Kentucky was a night race as well, so we're going to race Kentucky in this race, and we're just going to think of a name just to come up with something. If you have a name for Kentucky, we'll go with it. Then we're going to go to Iowa, which they run Iowa anyways. And then everything else is already up to date. They go everywhere else that is on the schedule, including the current Charlotte going back to Charlotte. Now, we're not going to run two 400 lap races in the Coke 600. We're actually going to take this dial this down a little bit. The Coke 600 is going to be the 400 lap race, and then we're going to put this down to 50%, and we're going to run a 250 lap race or 200 lap race at Charlotte for the second race, and then from there we're just going to go on and go on. And as you see, you don't see a playoff format. This is now a cups. This is now a chase format. So everybody in this roster has a chance. Now I want to remind everybody, this is not the next gen cars. So Alex Bowman's in the 88. Ooh, excuse me. Jimmy Johnson is still on this game. So I want to correct everybody. Bubba Wallace is in the 43 car. So and Greg Biffle is not on this roster. So I want everybody to know that, so everybody knows. Same thing with when we go to the Xfinity Series, run the Xfinity Series drivers. Same thing with the Truck Series. And then I'm going to show you what the Truck Series schedule looks like too. And this is very, very close to it. And again, St. Petersburg, we're going to go to Sonoma. All right, then Darlington, then Chicagoland to replace a race. And then everything else is correct all the way up until we get to the race at race 11 for the Truck Series. We're going to go to Eldora. I love Eldora. It's a fun track for me, and I love the dirt side of it. And I miss the dirt side of it when the Truck Series was at Eldora. And then we're going to go to Mid-Ohio to replace the San Diego race here. And then Iowa's going to be replaced with another track. And everything else is up to date other than Lucas Oil Speedway and WWT. These 4 races right here are not correct on the schedule. But however the case this is going to work, we got to keep it the way I have it right here because I don't want to skip over races and it's not going to make sense. So, Indianapolis, they run already at Lucas Oil Raceway, and it's in Indianapolis. So we're not going to run, since Lucas Oil Raceway is not on here, we're just going to run Indianapolis. And then, you got Iowa, you got Mid-Ohio, and it should be a little fun to run tracks like this. And I'm hoping, I'm hoping, ladies and gentlemen, every time I do this, now since the lobbies, since they turned off the lobbies on Heat 5 or whatever you want to call it, I'm hoping now we're able to do this without any issues. I'm hoping we can get through this without any issues. We're going to try St. Van Gisberg first. Then we're going to try Kosen Harsevar. The other two drivers, Dawson Sutton and Lane Riggs. And then we're going to try the Xfinity drivers that we have as well. So we're going to try to do something. I'm going to try my best to recreate the 26 schedule for the O'Reilly Auto Parts series, but we're just going to call it the Xfinity series. That's technically what a lot of people still call it. A lot of people still call it the Busch series. So we're going to try with Shane Van Gisberg, go with Shane Van Gisberg, then jump over to Carson Hocevar and run one at a time. Hopefully we can hit this, and hopefully it doesn't crash on me. I know a lot of times that I've done this game has practically crashed on my ass playing this damn thing. So cross our fingers that the game doesn't crash while we're doing this. And then another thing I'm going to let you know is after we get done with Shane Van Gisberg and after we get done with Carson Hocevar, we're going to take a little break from the current drivers on NASCAR 25. We're going to try to do a few throwback races at Daytona. We're going to try to do the 1998 Daytona 500 where Dale Earnhardt won after 20 years. And then we're going to do a Ward Burton experience where he won the 2002 Daytona. And then maybe we can try the attempt of doing either Dale Earnhardt in 04 and maybe Jeffy Pooh in 2005. And then also a few other things I'm going to attempt is a Truex race. I'm also going to try to throw out an attempt where I'm going to try to do a Tony Stewart race where he won the Brickyard 400. We're going to go and we're going to try all these attempts. Now, I'm not saying everything is going to go good. Hopefully we can do well. The goal is to win races as much as we can and see how it goes as we progress going further and further into this. Guys, I hope you all enjoy this. Please let me know if you're going to like this. I'm really hoping that I do. It sucks that I don't have the new NASCAR game in a PlayStation 5, but hopefully this does for now. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it's worth a try, and it's something different just to get me away from the drivers that are on these games. Anyways, it's kind of giving me a break from F1. This is kind of be going to be kind of a fun and entertaining thing to try to attempt. So let me comment down below in this video if you like this idea. If you like this idea, we're going to stick it out. Um, if not, then it's a bust and we'll just move on. So if it works, it works. It doesn't, it doesn't. I'm praying to God that it works. I'm praying that you guys love it. But let's enjoy this. Let's see how we do. And let's see how the current drivers on NASCAR 25 and the Truck Series and the Xfinity Series do on Heat 5, and hopefully for the best. And I will catch you all next time. Peace.